Hi, I'm Aaron Hayes, and today I'm out at Texas Shooting Academy with Pew Pew Tactical, and today I'm going to be showing you the details of my competition Benelli M2. So the first thing people notice when they see a competition shotgun is the magazine tube. This is obviously a huge departure from normal shotguns. This tube in particular holds 12 rounds of 2 3/4 inch shells, and the obvious benefit of that is I can hold more ammo. In competition shooting, IPSC and 3-gun style shooting, reloading the shotgun is by far the biggest obstacle to success, so being able to hold as much ammo as I can is critical. So this is a 12-round tube. There's a gun on the table here that has a 10-round tube. So depending on the style of match, I switch that up a little bit, but usually 10 to 12 is where I like to stay. The other biggest difference you'll notice on these guns is the loading port. This gun has been opened up extensively using machine tools and then finished by hand. And this gun has Cerakote on it, so you can't see the polish, but opened up to where reloading it is much faster. We do a method called twins or quad loading, where we're grabbing 2 or 4 shells at one time to basically get this thing refueled with fresh ammo as quickly as possible. There's a few other little minor details on this gun that make it pretty suited for going fast. We have an oversized charging handle, which makes it easier to rack the gun, particularly on a day like this when it's 33 degrees here in Texas. We have an oversized safety. It's easy to flip on and off. It's also reversible, depending on if you're right or left-handed. Some people like to switch it the other way. This gun has a match-grade trigger in it. It's about a 3-pound trigger, nice and crisp. And the design of this is to approximate the trigger you would feel on like a custom-grade 2011 or 1911 pistol. So nice and crisp. Most shotgun triggers are typically pretty mushy, even when they're light. So the goal of a crisp trigger, especially for shooting slugs, is something that a lot of people like to pursue. This gun has got this is called a match saver. So this holds an extra shell. And whenever the gun is empty, say my count was off and my gun's empty and I still have a target up, shell on this little match saver here, you can just pop it in the ejection port, hit the button, and you're ready for that last shot. So hopefully you only need that once. There's only one on here, so if you need another round after that, there's not much I can do for you. The stocks on this gun have been stippled for better grip. Here in Texas, everything is sweaty in the summertime, so being able to have a good grip on our guns is important. This gun's pretty old, so this is kind of smashed up. Don't judge every stippled stock by the way this one looks. It's got a lot of miles on it. Let's see. I've got a sling mount on here. There's a couple of matches throughout the year that require slings on shotguns, so that's a QD mount. That's made by Noveske. We really like it. This gun's got a high-vis Tricomp fiber optic front sight. I really like this sight because it's got different shapes of fiber tubes you can put in. The triangle is what I use whenever there's slugs, because you can use the point of that triangle to aim, and it makes shooting slugs much easier when you combine that with the rear sight that I have on this gun, which is made by Excess Sights. I've got a vertical white line that's flush with the rib that helps me line up slug shots to where it's basically like shooting a rifle. Makes it much easier. Most competitive shooters use extended chokes. A, because you can easily identify the choke that's in the gun, and B, you can change it without a choke wrench. With this extended tube on the gun, using a choke wrench is kind of a pain. So that's pretty much it. Oversized bolt button for making port loading easier and dropping the bolt whenever you run the gun dry. You can change out the butt pads and stuff to fit your desired length of pull. And but yeah, that's about the size of it. This gun here has a few different, like I said, it's got a 10-round tube instead of a 12. It's got a polished titanium nitrided bolt that's also been lightened. A couple of the controls are red, which kind of makes it a nice visual. There's a lot of things you can do to these guns to make them look cool and kind of fit your, if you have a color theme that you're trying to go with all your gear or anything like that. This one hasn't been Cerakoted, so you can get a better look at the loading port and see the polish and the machine work that's been done there. It's pretty aggressively opened up, and it's not necessarily something I would recommend for hunting or for every application. I mean, this is competition specific. It's not to say you can't do this on a hunting gun or a more tactical gun, but it's not necessarily going to maximize your performance like it would in competition. So again, extended chokes. This gun's got a green fiber on it. Of course, all the stickers, make it much faster. So that's an important part to have. We got the Hula Girl over on this side from Magpul. She helps me win. So yeah, I've shot these guns for several years. A lot of people get new guns every year. I kind of like to keep my old guns because Benellis don't even get good till you get about 5,000 or 10,000 rounds on them. So yeah, these just get better every time I pull the trigger. If you have any more questions about the specific setup or need advice on how to set your gun up, feel free to let us know, and we'll see you next time.